Hello everyone, greetings of the day and a warm welcome to you all from the Department of Civil Engineering at St. Joseph Engineering College, Vamanjur, Mangaluru. Department of Civil Engineering is offering an open elective subject by title Conservation of Natural Resources with the subject code 18CV656 for the academic year 2021-22. This subject will be handled by Mr. Prashant Kurdekar, Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, SJEC. Conservation of natural resources is a very important topic in the current scenario to deal with sustainable development. This subject will help all the undergraduates to understand the available natural resources and also to know the procedures for the conservation of the same. In the first module, we will be discussing about land and land as a resource. It includes different types of lands, conservation of landforms, and the other following details as mentioned below. So the most important natural resource upon which all human activity is based since time immemorial is land. And land is our basic resource. It is considered as the foundation of social prestige and is the basis of wealth and political power. When you look into the world scenario of land, you find 13,003 million hectares of land which is available. And among this, about 37% is for agriculture, 12% is a crop land use, 25% of grazing land, less than 1% built up area, and the remaining 25% consists of glaciers and water bodies. This is how the world's land is being used. So you can see the total area sizes by type of its use and land cover. So the global land use for food production, where Earth's surface is divided into two parts, that is 29% of the land and 71% of oceans. And the remaining split ups you can see 71% is as habitable land, 10% consists of the glaciers and 19% is the barren land. So in this you can see the remaining split ups where 50% of this 71% of the habitable land is used for agriculture. In the module 2 we will be discussing water and water resources. We will look into the global scenario of water resources, the Indian scenario and the other water uses and the water deficit and water surplus basins. With this we will also be discuss about the interbasin water transfer and interlinking of rivers. About 97% of Earth's water is salty and less than 1% of planet's water is available as a fresh water. These are the sources of water. So the major sources for water is rain, groundwater, surface water and the glaciers and ice caps. Fresh water is a major source for the existence of human, and you can see that less than 1% is available for human use. Groundwater is also a major source, wherein the exploitation of groundwater has led to depletion, and it is very important to conserve the groundwater and recharge the groundwater. So we will discuss the different techniques which are being used in the conservation as well as production of the groundwater. Water scarcity is one very important aspect to be known and to be understood in a good way. 54% of India faces high to extremely high water stress, and inadequate access to safe drinking water is by over 1.1 billion people. Groundwater overdrafting has led to the diminished agricultural yields. You can see the water scarcity has forced the people to drink polluted water. These are the few facts. You can see how far the rural India travels every day to fetch their part of drinking water. These images give us a clear idea about the resource that is available. It is very important for us to protect our resources, conserve our resources for a sustainable development. Module 3 deals about the air pollution. We will be discussing on the different composition, sources and classification of air pollutants, natural ambient air quality standards, air quality indexes and the other parameters which deal with air pollution control. With that, we will also discuss about ozone depletion, mineral and rocks, weathering, etc. There are few facts about air pollution which are as below. Recently, we have experienced the air pollution effects in our national capital Delhi, where schools and colleges were closed and the industrial activities were shut down because of the high level of pollutants in air. Ozone depletion is also a major concern. This is mainly because of the greenhouse gases that are being discharged from different sources of human activities. In the module 4, we will have a discussion on biodiversity. Biodiversity provides vital ecosystem functions such as soil fertilization, nutrient recycling, pest and disease regulation, erosion control and crop and tree pollination. Many of the anticipated health risks of climate change are associated with changes in biodiversity. For example, changes in population and distribution of disease vectors, scarcity of fresh water, impacts on agricultural biodiversity and food processing, etc. Biodiversity conservation plays a very crucial role for the human existence. Module 5 will deal about global warming. Global warming is the slow increase in the average temperature of the Earth's atmosphere because an increased amount of the energy striking the Earth from the Sun is being trapped in the atmosphere and not radiated out into the space. We will be discussing on the global efforts in conservation of biodiversity, environmental impact assessment regulations in India, status of EIA and the other case studies on power, hydropower, thermal power projects, etc. The cause for global warming is the discharge or release of the greenhouse gases, primarily carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, fluorinated gases, sulfur hexafluoride, etc. We will be dealing in detail about these major pollutants which cause global warming. So with this, I would like to end my brief presentation on conservation of natural resources. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye from my side.